The volunteers that come in here first go through a volunteer education program, and then they come to me for animal handling classes. And also with our canine enrichment programs, we also have like seminars for the volunteers to come to that every 3 months. With temperament testing, most shelters in the United States do some kind of behavior evaluation to better place the dogs. We test for reactions to normal everyday objects, whether they're going to be good with kids, whether they like other dogs, if they can go into a home with cats. So it's just a very small segment that shows us what the behavior of the dog is at that particular time, and also what enrichment programs we can put the dog in while they're here. We do obedience training here, we do dog sports, we deal with dogs that have anxiety, we have anxiety treatment programs, interactive toys, we have off-site freedom runners is one of those. We had a thing with the Y where they could come take the dogs and walk them and get them kind of out and about into the public. We also have handling, confidence building. There just depends on the dog. We try to get them into off-site events. Dogs that are here for a long time, I will use them personally as demo dogs in my obedience training with our group classes here. So it keeps the dogs socialized with other dogs, with new people. Also lets them kind of show off what they already know, which is nice. And we do freedom runners, like I said before, so they can get out and run around and they're not in their cages and just walk by the volunteers. And then of course, any dog sport that we're having at the time, we have agility, spring, summer, fall, and then Hollywood tricks class will also be starting, hopefully, tri-ball next year and fly ball. Yeah, well, the dog sports that we have here, like I said, we do agility, spring, fall, or spring, summer, fall. I've had that here at the SPCA since 2008. I think we missed 1 year where we didn't do it, but that's for not just the shelter dogs, but also for the public. I have group training classes here that are a puppy obedience class and a basic adult class. And after the holidays, we'll have a Hollywood tricks class where we kind of elaborate on just regular, give paw kind of thing. We do, one of the tricks that we're going to be training is a dead dog. But it's not just saying dead dog. It will be actually shooting the dog 3 times before it goes flat and dead, which is kind of elaborate. I also do aggressive dogs in those dog sports too. They just come individually, and that kind of helps out a lot of people because they may not be able to take their dog to a group. Because they kind of have to be sequestered in the corner, so we do them on an individual basis. And I also do behavior modification and consulting for the public.
So, relatively unexplored realm of homes for cats, where they can be outdoor cats, and we'll call them barn cats because that's a lot of the base for a lot of the homes, but that I hesitate to use the word barn cat because people imagine, a less than delightful life. If I could bring a barn cat in here with me and have him tell you what life is like for a barn cat, you would be totally convinced that it's the greatest thing on earth. It's a Disneyland of a hayloft and lots of creatures and things to chase and catch and feed yourself, as well as having the protection and warmth of that facility and people who have you there because they want you there because they've adopted a cat for their rural property, who is probably going to end up sooner or later in the house some of the time too. But the cat basically gets a job. It's a job security is that they are the rodent control for a typical, any type of a farm operation. I know a lot of barn cats and some of them my own that live very full, wonderful lives as indoor, outdoor cats, and that's something that's been shied away from with shelters. And if you're in the middle of a major metropolitan area, that's understandable. If you live on a major intersection of two main highways, it's not a great idea to let your cat outside.